Hello, my name is Nick, otherwise known as Positive Mental Attitude, and I am recovering from a stroke. Just a bit of an update on what's happening. Tomorrow, well, today, it's after midnight after all, I should be getting the adaptive controls fitted on my car, hopefully. So if that happens, I should get a little bit more of my independence back. I'll have to stop relying on people to go out and get me things and take me there and everywhere, which I cannot wait for. One of which would be for occupational therapy and physio on a Friday. Now I had the double session on Friday just gone, and it was so hard, it was so tough, ridiculously tiring, but if you don't put the effort in, you get nothing back in return. So I was quite happy to feel tired afterwards because I know I put the real effort in. The physio said I don't really need it that much anymore. I think probably Friday coming up will be one of my last ones, because everything they needed me to do I'm now doing. And I'll be able to do it from home. I've got a treadmill, so I'll be having to get as many steps in as possible. Build up. At the moment I'm averaging, I think it's 3,000 a day, which isn't a huge amount, but considering where I've come from, it's a huge amount. And it's good having a treadmill because I can get on there and keep going until fatigue kicks in, which it always does, and I can just get off and sit down on the sofa. It's not like I'm half a kilometre away and I need to phone someone to pick me up. The occupational therapy I really do need badly, so I'm glad that kicked back in again and it started up. I had a thing that they brought, which I had to do with, it was like a squeezer machine, like a trigger. I had to do it 3 times, and they took an average, just one of them, and my left hand has got half as much strength as my right hand, which means that there's a hell of a lot of work to go to get this back to normal. But they had another machine, which was a button that you had to press, same thing with my thumb 3 times, and it took an average, and my left thumb is almost as strong as my right thumb, which means there's definitely something there to work with. There's bits of it coming back. I can't use it for much at the moment, but it's a good sign that at least one part of it is working okay-ish. So I've still got to keep on doing me bits and pieces at home. One of the things they got me to do was to roll up a towel, and you'd think it'd be easy, wouldn't you, just doing that with both hands. No, it's an absolute nightmare, and it's so tiring. The amount of effort, the amount of concentration, and then the amount of your brain trying to make your hand work when it won't, that is exhausting. It is ridiculous just how tiring it is. But it's all about repetition, so that's something I can do while I'm at home. I just get a towel and I keep on practicing, trying to roll it up, unroll it, roll it, unroll it, until it gets to the point where the muscles are starting to work and understand what they need to do. The same with getting a bottle of water and just placing it in different places on a table. Again, it's repetition. The more you do it, the more the muscles will build up that muscle memory, the more your brain and your muscles talk to each other. So that's stuff I can do at home, but I won't be able to just say no to the occupational therapy like I will do with the physio. I'll need that quality of service that I got off the physios, because I've been weeks and weeks and weeks without it. Going back there, what they've done is they've pushed me to the point where they can now leave me on my own and I'll get on with it. The occupational therapist has got a lot to catch up with, I think, in terms of what I can do with mobility, range, dexterity and strength. So I think there's going to be a lot of that to sort of work with. I would have done more of it myself over the last day or two, but the stroke shoulder is so sore. I don't know if I'm getting another subluxation, like the arm's pulling out of the socket, or it's just the way it feels at the moment. I've had the heat lamp on it, I've had heat patches, I've had all kinds. I've been taking codeine like the old out of fashion, just to try and deal with the pain, but hopefully a decent night's sleep and a lot more of the heat lamp tomorrow, and I might be alright. And if not, I might be able to drive to Tesco and get myself a tube of Alterol or something. So yeah, that's the big thing tomorrow though, is the car. If I can get out and about in that, I will need to do a little bit of practice, because it's been 9 months, and in that time I've had one time in a car with a driving instructor and an occupational therapist on my assessment, and I drove for 40 minutes. I've not driven on my own since August. It's been 9 months. I do miss that. I used to, on my way into work and the way home, I'd park 7 miles away at a train station, just so I had 20 minutes there and 20 minutes back, where it was my time. You know, you don't get that in a house full of people. Just, even though I've got a big room, it's still, there's people still around all the time. You don't get any time to switch off. There's always noise. There's some stuff going on here, there and everywhere. That in the car was my own little space. Gary Newman got it right. You know, here in my car, I feel safest of all. You do. It's just a little something, a little bit of space away. Even though you're surrounded by cars if you're driving, there's people everywhere. It's that little bit of space. There's no one in there with you if you're on your own driving, obviously. You can control the environment, you can control the temperature, you can control any music that's on or not. You can be lost in your own thoughts. You can, if you had a bad day at work, you can get rid of it out of your system and don't bring it home, so you're not affecting people. And I think I need that at the moment. I've said in previous videos, I try not to let frustration get to me, and it's not getting to me at the moment, but it almost is. And it's been making me, for about the last week or so, feel a bit, I don't know if it's down is the right word, but possibly disappointed that I'm even allowing it to affect me a little bit. So it'd be nice just to get rid of that. You know, people have been saying things to me, and normally I just let it go, and at the moment it's like they're deliberately trying to annoy me, and I know people aren't. So it's my problem. This, being able to get out in the car, is my way of dealing with these problems, and I need it. So hopefully that'll be done tomorrow, and if it does happen tomorrow, I may well take the GoPro with me and then go for a bit of a drive and show you where I live. Go down to the beach, see if you catch the sunset. Nothing too far, but just that little bit of something to get out and get away from these four walls. Like I say, I can go for a walk outside, but I'm always worrying I can't go too far away from where I live in case something happens. Whereas if I'm in the car, I can go a good few miles, just park up and chill. Not been able to do that for a long time, but hopefully that'll be tomorrow. So I was going to do something else as well, which I'm thinking of possibly doing. I might do a live stream, question and answer, about me stroke, about recovery, about physio, about my life in general, anything that's cropped up on these videos. If you think it's a good idea, let me know in the comments. If you think it's a bad idea, let me know in the comments. Don't worry, I'm not going to hold it against you if you think it's a really awful idea. Just trying to get a little bit of idea if people would be interested or not. Also, if you've got any questions about anything stroke related or physio, or how it is I'm dealing with it, how I'm coping with it, the kind of things I have to do every day, just again leave them in the comments, and hopefully I will catch you in another video soon. Thank you and goodbye.